Hello and welcome back. So we have understood basic fundamentals about the series object, and let us try to understand how to do filtering in a series object. What exactly is filtering first? If you have a million numbers, you may want to see the numbers between maybe 10 to 15. Then you may have to write a query in SQL in relational databases. There is a language called SQL where you write queries like select star from particular table, or select a particular column from a table where the column values are between a range, right? So the same kind of filtering can be done on a series object or data frame. So let us try to see how can we do that filtering in a series object. So first of all, before we do filtering, if you actually apply a Boolean operator on a series object, the Boolean operator is greater than here. I wanted to see the values which are greater than the scores which are greater than 7 here on the quiz 1. Now, first of all, we need to see what happens when you apply a Boolean operator on a series object. It is giving me the indexes and the Boolean values, the true and false. The false means for the first row the value is not greater than 7. The second row the value is not greater than 7. The third row the value is greater than 7. Let us see how the data is. See this 6, 5 and 6 and 9, right? So we are getting the Boolean values when you apply a logical operator, the greater than operator on the data frame, the series object. So with this we can actually do filtering. How can we do that is, so if you actually pass this series object, right, this trues and falses to the data frame, wherever the index has got true, those values will be outputted. So the second index, the sixth index, the eighth index, like that, those values are going to be outputted like that. See this second, 6, 8. So wherever the true value is there, only those values will be outputted. So like this you can do filtering, and we'll do more filtering on null values in coming maybe couple of minutes. But before we go there, let us try to understand another important method called value counts. So if you use value counts, it is going to output which values are how many times repeated. So this is going to be very useful. One example, if you have a exit polls data of maybe one big city, maybe 4 million people, you wanted to see the count of male and female in the data set. If you take the data set and the particular column and say the value counts, you will get the male count and female count in a simple way, right? So here there are 6 sixes, there are 5 sevens, there are 4 eights, there are 3 nines and 2 fives in the data set. So these are the counts of these values. So 6 is a value, 7 is a value, 8 is a value, like that. So to make it more clear, let us try to take a sample series object here. With the characters, maybe I'll take A, right? That will actually give you clear picture of what is the value, what is the count, and C, B, L, A, B, L, C. If you actually take this data and do value counts, see that the value is B, value is A, value is L, and value is C. And how many times B is there? Twice. How many times A is there? Twice. How many times L is there? Twice. Like that. If you have a million record or billion record data set, then it is going to be very handy to know which categorical value is how many times repeated. These are all categories, how many times repeated, or with numerical value, how many times repeated. So there are other attributes like index and values. If you say series object dot index, it will give you the index object which is from 0 to 20. And if you say values, it will give you all the values only. These are all numpy arrays. So this values is a numpy array. We will understand more about numpy array in coming classes. So the next thing to understand is nulls. We have understood a little bit of filtering before. Now we will try to understand what are nulls and how to filter the values with nulls and without nulls. So in the data, in the scores data, I have induced some nulls here, np.nan. np is the numpy and nan is the null object in the numpy package. So I have induced some null values in between, and then I have added index here, a string index. When I haven't added any index here, by default it created an integer index. But here I intentionally induced a string index. So you can create a string index for the series object. So let us try to execute this and see how the data is. See this, the index has got the string index and there are some nulls in there. To see where exactly the nulls are present, we have a method called isNull. If a value is null or not, it's going to output, right? Wherever the null is there, it's going to give true. So if you want to see only the values which are null, you may have to apply filter like this. IsNull you need to pass, because in the rectangular brackets, if you pass 20 trues or falses, it will give you the values at where the trues are present. So here, if I execute this, only the indexes which have got nulls got outputted. If you want to see non-nulls, you have to apply this tilde symbol. Okay. In Python, we have got not operator, not not operator, and end operator, and the or operator. But in pandas series and data frames, to apply not, you need to use tilde symbol. To apply end, you need to use ampersand, 1 ampersand, and then to apply or, you need to use pipe symbol. This is the pipe symbol. Okay. So here I wanted to see all non-null values. So I have to apply the tilde symbol. It is not null. Right. When I execute this, I'll get only the non-null values. So that is series object on quiz 1. Let us try to see a little more on the quiz 2 also. So I have taken the quiz 2 data and the names of the students or the numbers of the students. So I have created quiz 2 and then I am calculating mean, I am calculating median, I am calculating mode and standard deviation. If you get time, take this data set and try to practice a little bit. Thank you.